But I suppose we can get started here. I guess I can just read out for support today. New tickets today are 183. Median reply time this week is 26 minutes. Median resolution time is 1.7 hours. One touch tickets is 63%, and total solve tickets is 189. I'm not sure if the We Fox Up Fund, I think that passed last week, so you no longer need to go vote for that, but um, that is it for support. Next up, we have growth and globalization. Uh, Toasty or Hunt, are you available to come up? I'm not seeing either of them in the channel. Oh. Hello, can you guys hear me? I might have been double muted there.
Okay.
Awesome. GM. So, I don't see support on today, so I will, unless Donna snuck in now. Yeah, I'm not seeing support. So today for support, new tickets is 183. Median reply time is 26 minutes. Median resolution time is 1.7 hours. One touch tickets are 63%, and total solve tickets are 189. I believe the We Foxed Up Fund passed last week, so no longer need to go vote for that. But then next up we have growth and globalization, which Toasty or Hunt. I did not see them a minute ago. They might be on now. I see a few more people trickling in. No? Okay. I will also read for them then. E3O is currently going on. I know we have a number of the LATAM team there representing ShapeShift, and I see them posting pictures, and you can also follow the stream. I believe it's Ethereum Rio on Twitch TV. Hunt had posted the link this morning. Education meetings changed to one public meeting per week, with additional internal discussions starting to occur. Oh, here's Toasty. GM Toasty.
Hey, GM. Give me
Want to
one
take over here?
second. Sorry, just pulling up the rest of the list.
Perfect.
There's so many channels in here. All right, one second. Usually I have a bookmark, but I know at least it was saved in the leadership channel, so let me grab that.
Yeah, I also tagged leadership in public earlier with a link to it. It's also if you click the Zoom link, I'm streaming it there as well.
Sorry, guys, I'm doing it from my phone. It's a pain in the ass. Could we skip us for a minute until I can get this sorted? My phone's not
I'll just finish it up
cooperating.
for you. It's fine.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yep. Ongoing Metafactory discussions and planning going on. Lindsay Liu is an official team member for the DAO now. C4 and Keep Key community use integration, strategizing for more effective and friendly onboarding. Ongoing cross community promotion efforts and planning. Potential growth effort slash push via Toasty and Hunt. Toasty, if you're still up here, can you go into that a little bit?
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Ongoing cross community promotion efforts and planning, and potential growth effort slash push via Toasty and Hunt.
Yeah, so we're doing this cool project. It's a little bit secret right now, so we'll be able to share some more news, but essentially we have used some of our bounty budget to purchase a very popular NFT that we will be switching our Twitter profile over to for a couple days to kind of cross collaborate between this community. I can give a hint that it does involve having a box on the NFT. So we're doing some cool collaboration with them in terms of just kind of branching over to the NFT side. They have a huge amount of following, and they're always excited when they find different DAOs or companies kind of join the space for a little bit. So we're doing some cool cross promotion there, but as it becomes less secret, we'll share some more information on exactly what NFT project we bought into and stuff. So some pretty cool stuff we're working on over there.
Awesome. And that's it for growth and globalization. Thank you. Next
Thanks,
up, we have
PTT. Appreciate
marketing
it.
Pcoin. GM Pcoin.
GM PTT, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing well. Best day ever. All right, ShapeShift DAO, GM, and happy Monday. So first things first, Shalisi is working to meet with Eric, John, and Perklin in order to create a DNA of Shapeshift content story. This will follow the path that other content stories, which you can see on the marketing workstreams Notion, will look like, but starting to work towards the meme of Shapeshift concept that was brought up before, capital M meme, not lowercase. Data revamp is almost complete. Doing some last troubleshooting. This is including the reporting dashboard built in Dune, as well as the Google Sheet that is talking about the goals that was outlined in SCP-51. So that's pretty exciting. So we are starting Foxy content. There's going to be an interview this week with Toshi and other stakeholders. We're creating that in anticipation for launch, as well as Cosmos outlines, which since that is a little further off. And also preparing for short announcements for the gem integration. So if you guys hear from myself, H. Payne, Arena, or somebody from the marketing team, please take those meetings and let yourself be interviewed so that we can get the story out with the utmost accuracy. Continue to work on follow, review, and international and interaction growth across all the channels that was mentioned in SCP-51 are measurable goals. And we are continuing to collaborate with content creators, continuing to bring people on to create multimedia works off of our high quality written content. GM.
GM. And then next up, we have Giantkin and the Mod Squad. GM Giantkin.
Yum. Mine's pretty quick today. The last 7 days was only 8 new members. The last 14 days is 43, and 7 of those members was from yesterday. It was a little bit light week. There was a sesh update, so if anybody uses the sesh things for making their updates in Discord, they make it into a button, basically made it a little easier, I think, and clear. And we have Discord changes. All the welcome rooms, the starter helper rooms are all a little bit more organized, a little cleaner. And there is in the mod section a Discord changes thread that if something's not right, post it maybe there and we can update it. That's it. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Jenkin. And then next up, we have Diggy in the product team. GM Diggy.
Happy Monday, everybody. It's always hard picking the top things because we have so much going on. But for Foxy, we are doing some more usability testing. Got some good feedback last week and excited to see how this next round goes. As Mr. Nerdhair mentioned earlier, Pendo, we are moving forward on that. We've got what we needed, I think, to get them into the staging environment. And then once it's set up, Beard can dive in there and start customizing the CSS so that it matches our UI. And then we will do an early go, no goat kind of things to kind of give everybody an overview of what it is and what it does. And then we'll be dividing and conquering on the getting the guides set up. And that'll probably run across multiple work streams. There's a gem integration underway in the web app, which is a fiat on and off ramp provider. I think Gomez picked this one up. I'm super excited because this is just one more feature that gets us closer to parity with beta. And then we have a new settings panel for anybody who came to the product office hours last week in the new web app. That's a scalable settings panel with some new settings in it that has been handed off this week to engineering and hopefully will get underway soon. XDeFi wallet is in testing right now, and it's awesome for anybody who hasn't tested that wants to test it. I highly recommend it. It's awesome just to kind of see the next wallet that's going to be integrated and the fact that it runs really well with Ledger, and in the future it will be working with Treasure devices. So super cool, excited for that. And then the Yat bounty, that should be officially starting this week. We synced up with the Yat team last week, ironed out some details that we're passing through to Linum Labs, and then they will be picking up that bounty. That's it, thanks.
Awesome. Thanks so much for those updates, Diggy. Next up, we have DeFi Cafe and the engineering team. GM DeFi.
Yeah. First line item, I guess engineering's back. We had a really good retreat. Went over a lot of stuff. Major Hayes led a lot of architecture discussions. I led one on kind of mindset and kind of scaling engineering. We also had M. Perkland turn up and talk about Foxchain for quite a bit, and Willie as well with like product interactions and the same topic of scaling and stuff. On the Foxchain, we're working with an unnamed galaxy brain that's helping us out, and we might have solved how we can meter and measure requests and stuff in a kind of user-friendly way. So really good discussions there. Second line item release is happening this week. I think it was always going to be a little bit ambitious trying to get a release out on the Tuesday last week while half of engineering was kind of traveling up there. So we're going to close that release branch that we started and ship a release on our regular cadence tomorrow on Tuesday. Cosmos Base is likely to ship this week. If it doesn't go on Thursday, it'll almost certainly be in next week. So Cosmos Base refers to sending, receiving transaction history and market data. Major Hayes is tidying up some kind of loose ends there. And then we've just got the staking delegation stuff. So Theobald and Elmart are going to be owning the kind of back and front end of that respectively till we drive that through to completion. Gem, the fiat ramp, is likely to ship this week. Gomes has taken that one over and got a PR up. So that'll be really cool having fiat ramps in the decentralized version of ShapeShift. And then transaction history, I didn't put that on here, but let's do that right now. So we'll have a transaction history page and export. So that one's very close. So it'll be a a full new page in the app plus a like CSV export as well. So just another little thing, adds niceties for users and gets us a little bit closer to that parity as well, which is great. That's pretty much it. Engineering is a little bit sleepy from the previous week still, so please bear with us as we get back into the groove of things. And the week of 3.7, the updates from Ocean, 38 PRs across 4 repos, got 4 new contributors, only 2 bounties created, just as we were out last week as well. 1 closed and 0 failed. As he says here, slow week due to the engineering retreat, but engineering is largely, well, not largely, unanimously on board with moving towards that more. So these bounty numbers should really pick up in the next week. We've got a bunch for Unchained, and just across the board, that's just the direction that we're going to be moving towards in general. So, yeah. So I'll hand it over to security.
GM, everybody. So last week we did. I did some Pendo stuff that we were blocked on them getting some flags turned on for us and the access we needed. That has been unblocked as of this weekend. So I expect that I'll finalize code for our alpha site sometime this week. Product is doing a go no go for this at some point, and that'll be integrated. I'm talking with engineering later about how best to maintain that dichotomy between the main thing and the alpha going forward. Last week I did some remediation and talked with researchers on some RDP reports. There's some key security vulns reported by a very, very professional researcher from Germany. I got several hours of his time to talk with him about the implications. And I'm working with a community member, Make Directory, to do the remediation on that, which is great news because it means that we'll have more contributors that are familiar with the key firmware and able to pitch in when stuff like that is required. This week also focusing on Foxy contract security review, and Major Hayes will be out for Tuesday through the end of the week. I'm not sure if we're going to do an HSTS cutover today or if that's going to bump it to next week. But at some point, we'll be turning on HSTS, and that will be important in ways that are not easily explainable. But it'll be great and improve everybody's security. Thanks, and over to Ops.
GM Foxdam, GM Ron. The triage report this week, we had 2 issues reported. They're both unresolved currently, and we also had 1 prod issue that happened last week, which was related to Unchained scaling. But we were able to resolve it with all of the people up in the mountains before they went and had the rest of their retreat. Neverwas is continuing to be the operations lead for the release this week since we kind of pumped it last week. I have line item 3, goat no goats intensify. And just to let everyone know, we are looking into running concurrently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 go no goes, all kind of potentially at the same time. So we have a Cosmos go no go that's being run by Ron, is already scheduled. We've got a Foxy go no go that should be happening later this week that Neverwas is in charge of. The key settings go no go might get punted a little bit due to everything else, but that one is being in charge of Lich and Max. We've got the gem integration. Shifty and Wesley are going to be in charge of coordinating that one. And then we also have a Pendo go no go and app.shapeshift.com moving to IPFS as a go no go. Those are all projects that should have some form of a workstream stakeholder that should be involved at some point that should help us get this thing across the finish line. And we want to make sure that marketing and growth and everyone who's on the back end of all of this work that we've been working hard on has all of the right timelines and information and details there so we can get any press releases out at the right time and we can go from a soft launch to a live launch on all of these projects. So if you are involved in anything that I just mentioned, that is a project that has a go no go requirement on it, please be on the lookout for coordination with ops early this week so we can make sure we get everything on the calendar and we don't cross streams between all of these projects. Lich, our very own Lich, created a really awesome bug bounty tracker. So we're going to spend a couple of minutes in unsolved user problems tomorrow taking a look at it. It's got some really cool numbers about how many bugs we've actually bountied, or bounties in general, even that aren't just bugs. Statistics on what we're paying out per ticket, how long each bounty is being taking, and this is just a first step in many attempts for operations to get a little more closely involved in archiving and tracking and providing insights in what we're doing with engineering. I'm working on some Cypress bounties and hopefully getting some documentation out there so ops can start writing some PRs. We're exploring moving a lot of our work from the Discord over into GitHub to be a little more compatible with the engineering team, with all that we're doing here. And it might be a little slow at start for operations to become full Hackerman coders in GitHub. But I submitted my first PR last week and feel pretty cool about that. And we hope to have ops doing more of that in the future. And then we have operations office hours on Thursday this week. So we look forward to chatting all things ops with you, and please join us. GMO.
GM, thank you, Tyler, for those updates. Next up, we got Kent and Tokenomics. GM Kent.
GM Ron, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, a couple quick updates here. I got back from Jackson Hole, Wyoming on Saturday. I was up there last week repping the DAO at Ethereal, which is Consensus's annual conference. This one was a little bit smaller and boutique-y. Really good contrast to ETH Denver. Had a ton of interesting discussions. It left me feeling super bullish on the space and on DAOs. So I'll fill you guys in some more on those interesting chats tomorrow during our tokenomics discussion. One thing that directly impacts tokenomics is very much part of it is the VFox proposal. That's the investing sub DAO proposal. That is up for another 3 days. That was posted by John and conceptualized by John, along with some follow-on thoughts from all of us in the tokenomics work stream. So give that a look and a vote if you haven't already. Another thing, and much like the other work streams, we ourselves in tokenomics are preparing for Foxy. This specifically has to do with the TMDC in terms of the responsibility where the TMDC will decide how and when to allocate rewards to the Foxy contract and to holders of Foxy. So of course, no imminent action, but just something that the TMDC will want to get its head around and sort of analyze options. Toke rewards are the first option, but this will expand over time. And then we have the two TMDC votes. One is pending, that's live, the FEI liquidity as a service rollover. And then we also have the Angel Vault Rari incentives vote, which will be upcoming. So more to come. And as always, tune in tomorrow and we'll hang out and chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Kent, for those updates. Next up, we got Willie Fox and Ocean with the Fox Foundation updates.
Jim Ron.
GM.
What's up, Willie? What's up, Ron?
GM Ocean.
All right. I guess I'll kick it off this morning. Just a brief update that Conscience has been coordinating the IPFS transition from Cloudflare to a more decentralized front end. We have a target date for that of 4/15, and that work's being coordinated across the engineering and security work streams for that rollout and cutover. Willie, you want to take it from here?
Sure, thank you, sir. The Fox governance process has been updated following the SCP-60 addendum proposal. Thank you for spearheading that miss. So next time you put a proposal up, make sure you check out the Fox governance process in the forum, as it has been slightly updated. It should be more clear now. Also, there is a reminder for all Opolis members. If you intend to elect S Corp status, tomorrow's the deadline to file Form 2553. I've been filing this myself. I'm not sure. I just asked Joshua from Opolis to give us some more information to help decide whether or not you should elect S Corp status. I think it's not required, but I remember it was recommended when I was signing up, so I had it planned out to do it myself. But yeah, if you have any Opolis members in your work stream, please remind them that if they intend to elect S Corp status, tomorrow's the deadline. It's a pretty easy form to fill out, but you do have to mail it via snail mail. Joshua did also say that it's more of a soft deadline. Otherwise, there's a section of the form to explain why it's late. But if you want to get it in on time, March 15th or 60 days with following incorporation is the deadline.
There's also the option to fax it if you like archaic technology as well.
Oh, thanks for that tip. I'm definitely going to fax it next DeFi. Cool. Last but not least, I'm going to be out Thursday and Friday attending ETH Austin. And that's all we got. Back to you, Ron.
Awesome, thank you. If anyone in the audience has anything last minute here they'd like to add, otherwise, I'm going to wish everyone a great GM, and let's have a great week.
Just one last cool thing to highlight. I know that we have been adding the number of contributors each week for the GitHub repositories. Just want to highlight that this week especially, it looks like some of them have come from the product bounties that have been created around the asset descriptions. So it's just cool to see multiple streams of contributors coming in from different efforts across the DAO. And yeah, just want to highlight that and say how cool it is to see more people getting involved.
Yeah, and if you've never done a bounty before, product is managing those bounties specifically for the asset descriptions because they're literally one line of code. It's like an ID and then a string that's a description. So if you've been curious about coding and wanted to make a really small PR and get it shipped through to production, that's something that it's the most digestible and easily approachable way of getting involved in the code base. You'll learn to, pull things down, edit files, and use Git and use GitHub and get paid out a small amount for doing those bounties as well. And then you'll see your work in the real app when it's done. So would highly encourage anyone who's kind of on the fence about contributing or never coded before to get involved that way.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we get some more people involved and continue to grow. With that said, I think, because I don't see anyone typing in chat, I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes back, and let's have a great week. Thanks, everyone.